We all yearn for the mines, of course, including me in Stardew Valley. The mining part is pretty fun. I especially enjoy bombing Skull Cavern with hundreds and hundreds of explosives. But I do wonder how fast we can really push it to the level 10 in year 1 of a playthrough. First of all, you do need to earn the access to Skull Cavern, which you have to reach level 120 in the normal mines. There's also a restriction of enter until day 5 of year 1. And then you kinda need to upgrade your pickaxe a bit to make it easier for you to get iron and gold and other ingots. Don't forget, we also need luck to open staircases as well. And there's an issue of gathering many bombs for it, jades, rubies, and diamonds, and things we can trade for the desert as well. Other than that, we would also need to open the bus stop to go to the desert in the first place. Even with the Joja community upgrades, you would need at least 45,000 to open the access for the desert. But without further ado, let's start the video and find out how difficult this would be.
Disclaimer, before we start the main part of the video, in the middle of the run, I decided to level up all skills to level 10 and see how fast I can reach mastery in year 1, so this video might not be the most efficient way in the sense of getting the most mining XP as possible. Also, I would like to add that this is just a personal challenge and not a speedrun at all of any sort. Although, if you have any suggestion for it, feel free to let them be known by commenting below.
Wait until the end of the video to see how far I got after the first month. Enjoy! Chapter 1. Fish. Again. Since we need to wait 4 days for the mines to open, I decided to fish as much as possible to gain money and also prepare the food that I need to have when mining for my energy and health, of course. So throughout day 2 to 4, I fished in the ocean, in the river when raining, and lake mostly since they give the most money, keeping only the chubs and smallmouth bass for my main source of food, which both gives 65 energies. I could have theoretically used my fishing save here from the first video, but I decided to start over, and since I enjoy fishing so much in Stardew, I'll redo them again, no problem. It was also at this point where I decided that maybe not only just mining, I could also try leveling combat as well. Chapter 2. Mining and Crafting. Alright, after all those days of fishing, I reached level 7 fishing, which is a decent start for me. On day 5, I started to mine, focusing on getting as deep as I can, as fast as I possibly can. The first day of mining, my mining session got cut short because I don't want to lose my money or items if I pass out in the mines. But I did manage to reach level 18, which unfortunately the elevator is on 5 level increments, so I can only go back to level 15. It's a pretty good start though, considering I wasn't very lucky with the staircase RNG. On day 6 though, I managed to reach level 40, which is pretty good for a second day. Now the difference on level 40 is that it is the start of the next biome of the mine, which means rocks are now harder to break, which means it is better for me to upgrade my pickaxe to iron as fast as possible to make it easier to break. So to start, I upgraded my pickaxe to copper on day 7, and while waiting, I start to fish to start stockpiling my money to open the bus stop, which I needed 45,000 for. And after a few fishing and mining session, I managed to earn few thousand golds to upgrade my pickaxe on day 10, and also buy a Joja membership with both costing me 5,000 gold. Chapter 3. Being Greedy. On day 12, I did manage to get the iron pickaxe that I needed and decided to continue mining to go deeper with the better pickaxe. I also need to prepare some gold ore and money to get myself a gold pickaxe for deeper mines and also prepare myself for a Skull Cavern run. After just 2 days of mining, I managed to reach level 98, and on level 90, I got a decent weapon, which is the Obsidian Edge, which helps a lot in terms of combat. On day 14, however, while fishing and upgrading my pickaxe to gold, this thought came to mind. What if I just also level up all my skills and reach level 10 on everything? Or try to, at least. This was such a game changer on my plans, but it is such a good idea since I already maxed out fishing on day 14. And I also reached level 120 in mining in day 16, so we're pretty much ready to go to the Skull Cavern. I started preparing my farming plans by upgrading my farming tools to copper, and invested my money for crops instead of unlocking the bus stop immediately. I also opened minecarts to make my transportation to the mines and blacksmith much faster, which costs 15,000 unfortunately, though I think it's worth the money for all the time I'd be saving. Using maths, I decided that kale is the best crop to farm, as they give more than twice the XP of parsnips and are also easier to harvest as well, which you can use scythe to harvest, which means more time saved. Although the cons is they take longer to grow, which is 6 days, and since I had to wait for all my farming tools to be upgraded, I can only start farming after day 20 when all my upgrades are finished. So if I had to do over this entire project, I would definitely upgrade a few of my tools in advance to get more money by farming earlier in the season. But unfortunately, it was an impromptu idea, so I just had to stick with it for now. Chapter 4. Farming, as known as plant watering simulator. So for this to work, I had to water my crops every single day. And throughout day 20 to day 25, rain only occurred once, which did not work in my favor at all because I couldn't have more day off on watering them, which means I had to manually water them. Luckily, I had copper watering can, which definitely speeds up the process a lot. I had an idea of upgrading my watering can to iron when it's raining, but I couldn't do that since the day before it rains it was the flower festival, so Clint doesn't open his smithy that day. What a lazy bum. The way things roll down is not in my favor, but I decided to proceed with it, and finally on day 26, I managed to harvest all of my kale and get to level 7 farming by the end of it. Also, by selling it to Pierre instead of putting them in the box, I can earn the 40,000 that I needed for the bus, which means on the last 2 days of the first month, I can finally mine in the Skull Cavern, and reaching the finale of the first half of this impromptu challenge. Enter Chapter 5, Explosion. On day 27 and 28, I fully focused on getting as deep as I can in the Skull Cavern. The reason that I need to go deeper is because iridium ores and diamond ores are more common in the lower level, which both gives a lot of mining XP. Yes, you even get XP by using bombs, which gives 50 and 150 experience respectively. Not only that though, somehow by a stroke of luck, I managed to get a prismatic shard from one of the iridium ores, which means it's a free galaxy sword, baby. This helps a ton in getting all these combat experience, but also it makes exploring the caverns much easier since they are worlds better than what I had. And finally, after a lot of bombs and explosions and destructions and demolitions, and you get the point, we finally did it. We reached level 10 mining in the first month of Stardew Valley and more. And by the end of the first month, we managed to master both mining and fishing, and also level 7 on combat and farming as well. Some bits of foraging, which I wish I could have done a lot more, but that's pretty good still. Thanks for watching the entire video. This challenge took more time than I thought it would, especially adding the fact that I moved the goalposts of the challenge midway. So I decided to make the video in parts and completed the mining level 10 challenge first, so it's not that long of a wait. Just so you know that the second month of this challenge will be coming soon. If you do enjoy watching me challenging myself in Stardew Valley or any other games, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't so you won't miss the second part of this challenge. And that's the end of the video. Goodbye.